Episodes 9 and 10 of Belair was absolutely fire. I can't stop thinking about them, and you probably can't either. What's up, y'all, and welcome to the Lawrence Report. Tonight's broadcast, I'm discussing episode 9 and 10 of Belair. And y'all, so much happened. Oh my god, I'm rocking. Bam. Y'all see that? Bam. My little crown. Bam. My little crown shirt right there in honor of Belair. Oh my god. Oh my god. It was a complete whirlwind, especially episode 10. That last 10 minutes, oh my god, so much happened. Let's talk about it. Will gets kidnapped. Lamarcus ends up dying on his honeymoon. I think we all kind of knew whenever it was announced that his middle name was Trevor, because we already knew what happened to the Trevor character from back in the day, right? Oh man. Jeffrey ends up leaving because of his troubled past as well. And oh my god, Aunt Viv, y'all. I feel a little bit of seasick. Is pregnant. Here comes little Nikki for the next season of Belair. I gotta show some love, of course, to my guy, Uncle Phil. Uncle Phil has been one of my favorite characters on Belair. I'm trying to figure out this. How in the world is Carlton blaming Will for the Amira situation? Y'all let me know. After seeing episode 9 and 10, I'm gonna let anybody at Peacock, Belair, Westbrook, Will Smith, Jabari Banks, whoever who may see this video, I'm gonna send it to him myself. I need season 4 by December. I need season 4 as soon as possible. Don't wait. I can't wait a whole nother year. I don't know if I can wait. I don't know if I can wait, y'all. It was that 9 and 10 episode. So many cliffhangers, y'all. So many good cliffhangers. So y'all can, y'all can shoot this in what? 3 or 4 months, right? Like, Belair, season 4, I need it ASAP. Injected. Y'all see that? Injected right there into my veins. I need it. But before we go even further, and be greatly appreciate if you guys get that subscribe button, like, and please do not forget to comment, y'all. Let's talk about Belair, and I'll be talking about both these episodes, kind of like them basically somewhat in some way being intertwined, but let's talk about it. We're gonna start off with everybody's talking about this right here on social media. Everywhere I turn, the number one topic, nobody's not even talking about Will, hardly. They're talking about Hillary, Lamarcus, and Jazz. We gotta start off with them, y'all. So we know that it's the big wedding day, y'all. It's the big wedding day. And Hillary is about to get married. But she needs some closure, I guess you can say, from her and Jazz. So they end up having this one night together where they talk about some of the things and like how and why they really wasn't being able to, work out. And, one of the things, she's a track star. She's a runner, of course. Him dealing with his pride, and all those things right there. Now, if I'm Lamarcus, I definitely would have felt some type of a way. And not to mention, that night, Hillary ended up leaving the ring at Jazz's spot. It was found in his shoes, right? And now the Banks family, Lamarcus family, they all about to go to Martha's Vineyard to get married. I felt bad for Lamarcus because I knew this was going to be a sad ending. And for me, when I was trying to think about what team I was on when it came to Jazz and Lamarcus, I think I'm on Team Lamarcus. Y'all, because I felt like they would have been that perfect Belair type bubble, you know what I'm saying? But Jazz also brings a different nuance. He brings a different perspective to Hillary. I kind of feel like he challenges Hillary a little bit more than Lamarcus, but it's not like something Lamarcus can, improve on if they were ever to be together. But of course, we know it's not gonna happen because he died, right? And I kind of admit I do even like her with Jazz, because I feel like they bring out that yin and yang. They're not necessarily cut from the same cloth, due to economic and social background. They are really from two different sides of the train track, right? And that can be good because you're going to bring out the best in each other, right? So I could see. Now, I was rooting for Jazz, like the first part, but then somehow Lamarcus grew on me. I don't know what it was about the guy. He just kind of grew on me. I was like, yo, I like Lamarcus and Hillary. Um, but yeah, that's who I'm riding with. And Lamarcus was completely pissed because Jazz had to come to the vineyard to get the ring off, right? And we saw him. I was like, oh my god, this is not good. It's not good. So that happened, and when it was time to walk Hillary down the aisle, Hillary was looking absolutely stunning. I was like, oh my god. Jazz is in the background. I'm like, poor guy. They end up doing the wedding, and when it's time, everybody's out there dancing. The scenery at the Martha's Vineyard, absolutely incredible. But later on as the story progresses, we end up seeing Lamarcus. They're taking a couple of shots and they're talking about their future, basically, right? That brother ended up passing out, and he was basically, he passed on from there. I was like, man, so how are they gonna talk about this in next season? Like, my heart was kind of dropping for Hillary in a nutshell. Also, we gotta talk about Will. Now, Will, Jeffrey, there's a moment between Jeffrey and Phil. I love that when they fist bump, and Phil was like, Jeffrey, you can confide in me too, right? Because they both been going through some strange situations with their sons, right? And it was Jeffrey's wife who was like, ex-wife, who was like, we should leave this right here and start over. And it turns out it looks like that's what they're about to do. I don't know if they're going to write Jeffrey off. I'm not for sure about that. I hope not. I hope he stays. But we know that some people is following him, and he left Phil a note saying, I gotta go. And he's off into the sunset, right? And when Will heard about it, he went to go visit, I think it was Jeffrey them old spot or his son old spot, one of the two. But he ended up getting snatched up because there was some dudes that was already there. They was basically going to capture Will because the deal that Jeffrey made with the guys over there in London or wherever, they didn't want the money. They still wanted bodies. They still wanted Jeffrey to be a part of the gang, a part of the group. And now Will is being seen as collateral, right? Like, dang. So that's big right there. Not to mention, we gotta talk about Aunt Viv. Aunt Viv, we all saw Fresh Prince from back in the day. And, her and Phil been getting freaky doing these little couple trips, right? And she says that she was feeling seasick. And basically, anytime sometimes when a woman say, I'm not feeling my best, and y'all been doing it, whatever, it could mean a potential baby is down the road. And that's what we're having with Phil. So now we got little Nick that's coming aboard on season 4 of Belair. So that storyline right there is going to be intriguing in itself. I can't wait to see that. I gotta show some love, of course, to my guy Uncle Phil. Uncle Phil has been one of my favorite characters on Belair. Now we know that him and Yolanda Porter, things didn't necessarily, pan out what we thought, but it turns out he's going to turn over a new leaf. He's even working with can't think of the other guy, Omar. I think his name is Omar. I can't think. Omar Campbell. Yes, Omar Campbell. I couldn't think of Omar Campbell. He's working with Omar Campbell. He's working with Yolanda Porter, and basically what they're getting ready to do, they're getting ready to buy the block themselves. That's what I was thinking they was getting ready to do, because they were like, listen, we got all these pastors, all these clergymen, all these people of the city, and of course I feel like Uncle Phil's name is going to be on it, but they're still coming together as a unit, which I absolutely love. So they're all like rebuilding and doing the area of where they stay at, especially the area where Jazz Music Store is located at. And Yolanda Porter is also running for office, so I love that right there. And I also love the scene with Will and Uncle Phil. They it was very emotional because Will felt like he was messing up the entire time and that he's, the bad guy. And that wasn't necessarily the case, right? And Phil basically embraced him, saying, "I'm proud of you." And the tears that Will had, I was like, "Oh my God, like y'all getting me. Y'all getting me right now." So I was happy to see, that moment between Phil and Will, actually. Now, I'm trying to figure out this right here. I'm trying to figure out this. How in the world is Carlton blaming Will for the Amira situation? Y'all let me know. Because that is not on Will at all. I think Will should have told Carlton sooner, you know what I'm saying? But man, even Aunt Viv read Will for filth. Like, yo, like, listen, every time she went off. Like, I was like, yo, she was acting in that episode. Oh my God. I'm circling back to Carlton right quick. Yo, he basically called Will a thug since he been there. Then he even mentioned like, yo, you just like your father. You end up in jail just like your father. I was like, yo, Carlton, bro, chill. Like, how you spazzing out on your cousin right now? You seen the progression that your cousin has made. You know what I'm saying? Like, Will is definitely not the same guy that arrived on your doorstep a couple of seasons ago. But I think he's changed, but he's still making dumb mistakes. I can agree with Aunt Viv on that. Like, he is still making dumb decisions. He shouldn't have been caught up out there with Jazz and them, but I understand him wanting to be down with the crowd and wanted to. He even said, I'm fighting. It seems like I'm paraphrasing here, but it seems like he was like, I'm fighting for everything that Uncle Phil is fighting against, right? And again, Carlton, you went too far. That was the whole Amira thing, not on Will. Not on Will. Amira has to take care of her own actions, I believe, me personally. We know that Amira gets sent away. By the same time, we gotta talk about this. Amira never had a sister. We all knew that, right? And Carlton was shocked because he was like, yo, I just got played like a fiddle, and you did, my boy. She played you like a fiddle, literally. But hopefully that is the end of the Amira storyline. I feel like that storyline dominated. I understand this season what it was going, but it's going with, sobriety and all that. But that season has dominated that storyline dominated so much of the season of Belair right here. And something that was interesting to me was, whenever Will's mom introduced her new man, right? Will wasn't feeling it. Of course, he wasn't, right? Because in my mind, I think Will was hoping that this therapy session will possibly bring his mother and his father back together. We knew that wasn't going to happen. But the man who Viv was with, he said something about, everybody in Philly or something like everybody in Philly knows her or she has a big name or something like that. And it piqued Will's interest, right? So I wouldn't be surprised if Will end up going back to Philly in season 4 of Belair, because I want to know what's going on with his mom and Philly as well. What kind of life is she really about to be? What kind of life is she really portraying and doing? And we can't also forget about Black Sess. Now it looks like Will basically was handling all the weight while Carlton was handling everything with Amira, right? And they found an investor because it seemed like all the other investors kind of disappeared on them, right? Turns out the investor, we saw this guy, was wondering who it was going to be, right? I was like, oh, it's probably going to be Uncle Phil. Like, who else would it be, right? Turns out we have an old friend from the past. I'm talking about Drew. It's actually Drew's daddy that is actually the investor, but he sent his son for him. He's like, yo, I've been, yachting in the south of France. And Carlton and Will, the look on their faces completely dropped. It was like, oh my God, are you serious? Because we saw Drew from the previous seasons, all that drama that he carried. So he was like, yo, one thing I hated, he was like, yo, lose the crown on Black Sess. Like, you have to keep, I'm like, Drew, you're tripping, bro. You got to keep that crown on Black Sess. So they're all going to be business partners. They end up squashing their beef, and I guess Black success is going to carry over to the next season, but we shall see. And when it comes to Ashley, right, and this boy, I guess that's another storyline that's also going to carry over into next season, because everybody's confused. Like, do she like boys? Do she like girls? The same could be said for him, but he said that, at the end of the day, I want to like who I want to like. So we're going to see this storyline of Ashley and this boy carry over until next season as well. So that is my thoughts on Belair. This season was, I can say it was more heavy for a lot of people. It wasn't necessarily typical fun and drama. It was kind of heavy with the whole sobriety storyline that basically kind of dominated the entire season. Besides Will, wine, sleep, basketball, and do business, but then you had the story of sobriety. So I'm all in for Belair next season. You already know that. I need season 4 by November. Yeah, yeah. I need can I shoot it in like 2-3 months? Yeah, I need season 4 pronto. That's all I can say, y'all. That is all I can say. I need season 4 pronto, y'all. But as always, I appreciate y'all checking out my reviews. Please do not forget to hit that like button. If you're new here, please do not forget to subscribe as well. As always, thank you for tuning in to the Lawrence Report.